Good evening, or rather good night. I'm Adventure Argonaut. This is Hyaku Monogatari, Honto ni Atta Kowai Hanashi. So it's a Japanese horror game. It was not really a game. It's more like a bunch of short stories with a little bit of visual representation added to it. But yeah, yesterday I started, so there's like 100 candles. It's 100, or something, and you read through a short horror story, and then the candles get snuffed out, and then you move on to the next story. But all my streams are working, so let's play the game or read the story. And it's all in Japanese, and I will attempt to translate while playing. Special story is this chapter's name. Not quite sure what it's implying or what it means. So it's like a bonus stage. What's this? So like the fifth something. I don't know, the font is so weird. Studio, like the fifth studio. Yeah, the fifth studio. That guy looks like some actor or something, like, I don't know, from Miami Vice or something.
さんが夜掃除するわけですよ。で当時はその夜中の番組があるとそれを解体して次の日の番組に備えてもうセッティングが入るわけですよね。時間が非常にもう押し迫ってますからもう慌ただしい仕事をしてもうすぐに掃除にかけてっていうわけですよね。で何か気がついたら自分一人だけで掃除してたって言うんですよ。
Yeah, yeah. Couldn't really hear what he was saying.
っていうのを声がしたんだよ。だめだふざけんじゃないぞおいやめろよってやつだ。
Yeah, he's shouting for Yamada.
おいダメだよやめろよそうして。でも大体そのぐらいでもってははははって出てきますかね。それを言ってもない。こうやってましたかちょっと人とかしなとかを止めながら平気だと。でやってる時にこう物が裂けるような嫌な音がしたんで何なんだろうと思って周りを見たらばあるのはその二重といってねちょっと台なんですかね畳1億ぐらいのやつと思って、高さがまあせいぜい10何センチか15センチかそんなもんでしょうね台がいくつか使うわけで舞台のセット作るんで置いたんですかねそれが置いてあったんでなんだ姉が聞こえたなでチャッカチャッカチャッカチャッカチャッカチャッカ吐きながら何気なく聞こえてくるなんかプッと動いたの何が思うんだろう厚さ15センチぐらいのこれ動けるものそうないですからねで気になるのが吐きながらどんどんどんどん近づいたらまた
Oh no, creepy face. I I don't have a good idea what's.
ポキポキ近づいたら二重の裏からニョロって手が立ったんですよねそのまんまやって
Okay.
腰抜かしたんで
There
すよ
was a hand from the darkness,
そ
I'm
れは
pretty
何
sure.
なんだよって言ってましたけどねそういう話聞きましたね
Okay, so was that the whole creepy story? Yeah. I don't know, I would have preferred to have some text, so I actually have some idea what happened, but hey. Okay, that was a really short one. Let's do a save state. So the seventh story. having a creepy Friday. Ah, okay. This is like the school seven mysteries or something because there's like in Japan usually like the schools is it 7 or 12 or something. So yeah, the school like that usually have some I don't know urban legend that every school or some schools have like 7 or 12 or whatever the amount of mysteries there are, ghost stories and shit like that. Um, so the children who are learning to be I don't know social to enter society. So it's a closed space. Yeah, like enclosed space of this. I guess it means school is the enclosed space for children to learn how to enter society or something, basically. Then uh, there's like something about horror. There's like unknown haunted spots where fear swells, and they're from ancient times or um, since ancient times, many rumors have been born there and causing minor fear among children. And let's take a look at some of these in 7 different locations in a school. Okay, so can I like move? Okay, I can. So there's this different rooms. What's this? Science. Okay, this is science. This is music. This is like physical education, gym. This is the hallway, I think. Toilet. And the stairs. And like the education hall. Hey, I just double her. Sure, welcome. Have you streamed this yesterday? Yes, I started streaming this yesterday. Okay, let's start um, with the science room. Yeah, so it's the science room, science facility, whatever. So the best in school, the no, it's like the spookiest place in the school, I guess. Um, is it good? Maybe I should check out the VOD. It's, yeah, it's like the horror stories because this is like the tagline is that these are true horror stories. So in that sense, it's like they are I guess sort of down to earth, and it's the kind of stuff you could expect sort of like people to have told you that maybe somebody who has supposedly experienced something horrific, and whether they're made up or not, but it's sort of like, but yeah, this isn't really a game. It's mostly just like a book with a little bit of illustrations. Let's see. So the classroom is filled with the smell of chemicals, and the shelves were lined with snakes and lizards preserved in formalin, or is it formaldehyde? I guess it's formalin. It's horumalin. Sounds like formalin. preparation. There's a skeleton model in the corner of the preparation room. So there's scary rumors. What's going on here? It's such a horrible place that there's not many scary rumors about it. Maybe it just means it's so like. Maybe it's like so blatantly creepy, like with skeleton and stuff. Maybe that's what it means. And in there was this. So at the junior high school in Kanagawa Prefecture, when students clean the science lab in winter, they always hear the sound of frogs croaking. No, they're making it frogs gay. Frogs gray. Fogs gray. Frogs gay. Yeah, that checks out. Yeah, so yeah, they hear it. It was strange to see a frog in the middle of the winter like this. A guy called Makov45 plays all sorts of old games, often with on-the-fly translation. I wonder if he knows this game and if he would recommend it as Out of Control. What do you mean out of control? Like, is it like crazy? But I never heard about this guy, but I should check him out. Mako45. Okay. As in very good. Okay. So far, I wouldn't call it very good, but it's like, each, there's like 100 different stories, and all of them are, um, just isolated stories. Like there's not, doesn't seem to be any kind of continuing theme or anything. So looking around, I saw a single shiny formalin preserved frog. And the frog, which was that? Like staring at the frog, the neck of the frog. I turned his neck and made a croaking sound. Okay. And then in Hiroshima Prefecture, clattering noises could be heard throughout the school in the middle of the night. Okay, so yeah, it's clearly, just talking about science rooms in various different schools and areas in Japan. So there are people walking there, and there are teachers. Like even the teachers are like there's rumors about it. What's this? Yeah, even like among the teachers, the rumor spread, I guess we might say. And on that day, or a day like that, the student teacher on duty heard the footsteps. If you follow, follow the sounds, the footsteps stopped in basement science lab. So one of his favorite games also consists of 45 separate short stories, only held together by a framework plot. Okay, then maybe he might be interested. Like one thing I'm a little bit disappointed with this game is that visually it hasn't been that interesting. Like the intro sequence looked really cool, but for the most part it's visually, like, this classroom isn't that exciting, because some of these TurboGrafx games are quite visually nice, even though if they don't have lots of gameplay. Anyway, I cautiously opened the door and turned on the light. And there's a guy, the skeleton model. So there was the skeleton model holding an alcohol lamp. I guess it's a lamp lit with alcohol, since alcohol burns. And in that school, there have been rumors whispered for a long time. 20 years before, or over 20 years ago, there was a teacher who taught science. Science! In the teacher's class, they dissected frogs and carps and had used scalpels. And a certain day, there was a thingy, something happened. There was something different from usual on the bench, on the lab bench. And the shape is different from that of the friend next to you. Uh, I guess means like that friend, like, there was a friend sitting next to you, and then you look at him and it looks different. I guess that's what it means. Well, I wonder what's that. The teacher, like, asked or something. Was He often uses a text hooker that displays translations on screen when a game contains lots of text. Here it comes. Ah, okay, that sounds interesting. Yeah, because I don't know like much about this. So anyway, I wondered what it was and asked the teacher. Okay, so somebody asked the teacher. Okay, yeah, I should definitely look into it and, I don't know, do some espionage, steal all his gimmicks. Uh, so something laughed or grinned. Uh, it grinned and said, "I'm human." Okay, talking about the model skeleton, right? Since then, the ghosts of dissected animals have been haunting the science lab. On rare occasions, dismembered human bodies have also been seen. Certainly, the grudges, or probably perhaps the grudges of those who died there, remain. So maybe could be something. Maybe you might see something. Let's take a photo. Focus on the area you think is suspicious and press the shutter. Aha. Okay. So I can actually do something. So there's like 3 locations. Let's say this one. So is there anything creepy? Oh yeah, that looks like a ghost. So the rumor, it seems it was true. After the dissection of frogs and carps. I can't believe it, but never thought they would actually dissect a human being. So they dissected human there as well. Okay, that school is less boring than usual. At this rate, it might not just be a ghost being captured on camera. So we should leave this place as soon as possible. Maybe that's smart. Okay, another candle is burning down. So the eighth one. There's this some sort of, what's that kanji? It's in Tokyo City, the other side of the shoji. Not sure what the shoji is. I guess it's a name or something. And the Ueda Ayumi pseudonym is the person, the protagonist in the story. Maybe games like this haven't aged that well, generally speaking, but I'm still intrigued. Well, I wouldn't say that. I think games like this have aged well in the sense that they didn't have gameplay back then either. So you cannot say it's much worse now than it was back in the day. Like more, you could more easily say that a game that had gameplay, if it's very dated or something, then it hasn't aged so well. Or also, like if the graphics are messy, but this game doesn't have so much graphics except candles burning and stuff. So this happened when I was in the elementary school. So the what was her name? Shoko. I already forgot the name of the protagonist. So family of four went to Shimoda in Izu during summer vacation. Shimoda. Okay, I'm not quite sure like the locations. And they stayed in an ordinary hotel facing the coast. So the room they stayed in was on the sixth floor. And a Western style room in the front and a Japanese style room in the back. And in the Japanese rooms, the window side, something was this. Okay, so I guess it was separated by a shoji screen. I guess it's some sort of, like visual screen thingy, the shoji thing, because as my app just says it's shoji, and I don't know what that is. The room is cleaner than I expected, and a family of four could sleep side by side in the Japanese style room. It was very spacious. And I remember the view from the window was very nice. Ayumi-chan. Ayumi. Okay, Ayumi-chan, is this room okay? Yes. This seems okay. As soon as he arrived, he started scolding me with a stern look on his face. Or he, or no, it's she probably. It's mom. I think it. Yeah, my app is talking about he, but no, it seems to be the kanji for mom there. So like the mom was scolding her. Uh, so because it was quite some that was quite sensitive at the time and something. I guess, yeah. So she was sensitive, I guess. Ayumi-chan, whatever her name was, and okay, she was sensitive and made a point of never going to places that make the back of her neck tingle. And the degree of the family's problems. Koredake wa yuzuremasen. So yeah, okay, it means like the sensitivity causes problems for the family, but she has to, I don't know, they just have to deal with it. But going on family trips, because of this, like I didn't take my mother's nagging lightly and accepted it. So maybe, okay, so maybe she caved in finally to her mom's nagging. And that night, perhaps they were tired from the trip and went to bed immediately after finishing the meal. And then something creepy happened, of course. They slept in their futons on the side of the beach, and slept in the following order. So it's me, my father, brother, and then mother. So I think I fell asleep quickly, or thought I should fall asleep soon, but I guess maybe she couldn't. There was a mysterious something. Yeah, strangely enough, so she couldn't get sleepy, or she didn't feel sleepy or something like that. Couldn't get to sleep. Then she noticed the surrounding area was midnight, and fear of not being able to leave. I feel like I'm so. Okay, this is very complicated sentence. So I feel like terrifying experience that will make me feel I'm not alive awaits me, or okay, or losing her life awaits her. Mom, Okasan, wake up. Wow, what is it? P? Uh, and I was on the furthest place from the shoji screen, and woke up their sleeping mother. The place is like changed or weird. It's a strange place over there. It's scary, and mom was half angry, and after thinking for a while, I decided decided where to sleep. I guess to she was sort of angry, but I guess she decided to change the place where she was sleeping, I guess. And after that, so then she could sleep peacefully, I guess. So the mom was sleeping uh, to her back or something. With her, I'm not sure which back. Yeah, mom was sleeping with her back to her. What's this? I don't know if I'm supposed to make out the mumbling. I can't. I'm not going there. Disappear! Get out of here! Okay, at least Twitch is working. Uh, okay, Kick is back as well. Yeah, because I had some connection problems. Let's see. Everything seems to be working. All right. So yeah, in case you missed what just happened because of connection problems, there were like some corpses on the other side of the paper screen, and they grabbed the mom, but I guess she struggled back, and then then they just suddenly disappeared. The corpses, moving corpses, that is. Okay, but now the stream seems to be working again. I think it was like my cable, like the connection is sometimes crappy. Maybe I accidentally knocked it off or something. Anyways, so the mom. So in the end, she and the mom got creeped out, and they packed their bags. And the mom, the dad and the brother, she felt bad for them. It's a family trip, but uh, but for us, it was no time for a family trip. And since then, whenever they go to the beach, the mother always asks my brother if I can you hear the sound of the waves. And I think she was easily scared, or she's easily scared, I guess. Mom, I think means. Recently, mom has been cold to her. Or no, no, telling. Okay, okay. I misread the kanji. Okay, but mom has been telling her. Okay. Well, there's another candle. Candle down. Ninth story. Story number 9. The horrible 9. The seaside peak. What's that? Is this also from Tokyo? Is Ueno Akemi. Seaside Monster. Okay, Monster is that one kanji. Okay, so it's Akemi Ueno. Ueno Akemi is the name. As if it really matters. But is this gonna be Cthulhu? Yeah, Cthulhu. Uh, so my friend went on a school trip. Uh, this story is about when my friend went to a school trip to Izu. Izu again wasn't the previous story also about Izu. So 2 days touring the tourist attractions of Izu. Don't know where is Izu and what's so famous about it. And the third day, or is it 2 days and then the third day at the beach? Okay, I guess it means like 2 days of touring and the third day is just for relaxing on the beach. Anyway, so yeah, third day on the beach and seems there was free movement. I guess it means like on the third day they weren't obligated to follow whatever like if there was some package tour stuff. There are many on the beach. Rows of beach umbrellas was full of students from that school. On a sunny afternoon, the friend came out of the sea and was resting. Then, about 15 meters from the shore around the floating buoy, there's something leaking. Hey, there, over there. Is this like Jaws? Somebody is it drowning or leaking or what's this? Someone's drowning, I guess. Yeah, it's not leaking, it's drowning. The kanjis probably look similar, so my app was retarded. Uh, so friends are around and they called out their friend. Baka. Okay, what? What? It's Iwasaki, the half fishman. Oh, just messing around. Okay. Yeah, so is it a mermaid? What? I was one of the best in the grade. A student named Iwasaki is good at swimming. It was an act. Okay. So Iwasaki is just some, kid who's really good at swimming. That's why he's called the half fishman or mermaid dude or whatever. So a friend was totally hooked. Iwasaki-kun was treading water with both hands. It's lifted up and beaded. I guess means that's like on their back in the water, face up, I think. And then screams from earlier were in vain. I don't know, held my friend. I got taken or something. So I guess it's still talking about the prank. So he's not drowning. He just wants to stand out. Why don't you take a picture of it? And then there's gonna be a monster in the picture. Okay. Ooh, cool, old school camera. There was only one friend that had a camera. So yes, a friend started the camera and took a picture of Iwasaki-kun. And the moment when he was drowning most intensely. Ha ha ha. You're still doing it, that's stupid. So maybe the Iwasaki guy started drowning for real now because of the sea monster. So yeah. Don't you get tired, I think? Okay, we took a picture, that's enough. What? Suddenly, I actually seemed to be drowning and disappeared into the sea. So first, I guess everybody thought the pranks were just continuing. But no matter how many minutes passed, Iwasaki did not come up. Didn't resurface. People around were sensed danger and ran towards the location. Iwasaki! At night, Iwasaki was found drowned, discovered drowned. The school side is not in a. The school was not in a position to hold a school trip. I guess and so leaving on a fourth day. So decided to go back to school. I guess they ended the school trip or something after the fourth day. That's probably what it means. Students do. It seemed like the school trip left a bad taste in their mouths. They were given a souvenir in the form of a fatal accident. At least it wasn't a fatal frame. But why? Why is that? Why did such a good swimmer drown so suddenly in a short while, within seconds? How can because the water was only 2 meters deep. Can people die in such relatively shallow water? And questions like that, right? It seemed like an accident, but it was a monster. It's ironic that the photo that the friend took was the last photo ever to be taken of Iwasaki. And friends prayed for Iwasaki's soul to rest in peace. Yeah, this is how horror stories start, like, Friday the 13th and stuff. And from then on, a week later, so the cause of the drowning had been discovered with this one ghost photo. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah. Some giant brain child holding the guy down. So all along, or after all, is there something in the sea or in the mountains? Still, the last photo of the life was a ghost photo. Feels sort of poor, I guess, sort of sad. When you swim in the sea, be careful. This is sort of like beware of fragile ice in the winter, like those sort of infomercials or whatever warnings on TV that countries that actually have ice and snow have, like Finland. All right, another one down. Another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust. Another one down. Another one down. Another one bites the dust. Doom, doom, doom. What's this? Scary rain sound. Together something? Let's see. Fear accompanied by sound of rain and Saitama Prefecture. And Honda Nanao is the name. Honda Nanao-san. Right. So it's a rainy night. A drizzling rain fell that night. And that night, nights like this, spiritual phenomena are more likely to occur, supposedly. And a certain amount of humidity is believed to be a trigger for spirits to appear. It seems there's some kind of connection. I want to make a vulgar joke about women and getting wet, but maybe I shouldn't. Nanao hated rainy days because is it she or he? Nanao sounds feminine to me, but I'm not quite sure. Nanao experienced all the strange things that happened on rainy day with the air full of humidity because there was a thingy that happened. Creepy skull face. With her wedding just around the corner, Nana was in my apartment room, or in her own apartment room, I guess. And the rain started falling a while ago, wetting the window panes. The rain wasn't falling very hard. And suddenly, she wondered what the weather would be like tomorrow, became worried and decided to open the door, to go out to the hallway. And she went out to the hallway, saw someone standing at the far end of the hall. And Nana was severely nearsighted, couldn't see very well in the distance. Nevertheless, the figure the figure was visible because the outline was illuminated. So it was an important NPC you could talk to. That's why there was the outline. Oh no, why I already I thought I'd never see it. Let's see what exactly, I'm not quite sure. There's no doubt it was a spiritual phenomenon. Something like a phenomenon. His body was black as a shadow and the scenery beyond is clearly visible. It's Yasuke! See, Yasuke is a historical character. Or, well, supposedly is, but whatever. What did something like this suddenly happen? Ah, is this raining? It's because of the rain. So Nanao thought about this. She remembered her time as a student. So in her middle school, so when she was in middle school, the night, the sound of rain falling was so worried they couldn't sleep, and Nana closed her eyes, and she tried her best to force her to sleep. And that time, dun dun dun, something was holding her back. Nana tried to resist by moving her body, but it was in vain. She was suffering from sleep paralysis. Then on her body something was heavy and something came out of the ears. Painful voice echoed. Here? Something here. Severe splitting headache. Nana was sacked. Hope to wake soon from the nightmare. She prayed with all her heart. So was she struggle snuggled by a ghost or something? After a while, the headache subsided, as in sync with it. The weight disappeared, and she was free from sleep paralysis. Had been released from it. A few days after her summer camp, these experiences continued during the summer of the second year in junior high school. A few days after school trip, she was playing Kokkuri-sama with her friends. I guess it's some game, don't know. In the classroom after school, which was a big hit at the time. Kokkuri-sama, yeah. I guess it's some children's game or something. And typical junior high school student question: if you repeat suddenly, didn't hear anything. What? But there was like it says something that like if you hold a 10 yen coin in your fingers and with all the fingers and it started moving. I guess it's like I think it means that it's the like Ouija board kind of stuff, but using a coin instead of the cup or whatever you use in Ouija board. I think that's the kind of game they were playing. Risa Kosabishi. Risa Kosabishi was that. Risako? Okay, Risako sounds like a girl's name. Aoki Gahara. Is that another name? Yeah, Aoki Gahara is located very close to where Nana and her friends go on their school trip. And who's Risako? And a few days later, in the car on the way to the school trip, Nana repeatedly muttered the name Risako to herself. And in the rain, like the bus arrived to their, I guess, their lodgings in the middle of the rain. I immediately went to the meeting with my friends, and Nanawata suddenly Nanao felt sick, and just wiped the body, and I guess to go to wipe body quickly to go to sleep, I guess, and she went back to her room after wiping her body, I guess. And when she opened her room, there was something. There was a blue dress. There's a woman with long hair and a blue dress. Okay. And this image in the background, this sort of resembles the Punisher, a sort of melting skull version Punisher. So anyway, there was the woman with long hair and blue dress. She took breath and stared. Eventually, the woman slowly turned toward her, and he turned around and said clearly, or she, I guess, said clearly, "Risako, lonely." I guess the woman in the blue dress is Risako, presumably. And so, surprised and scared, Nanao ran down the hallway to escape. If that was the case, I thought I should tell somebody about it, I guess. The next day was the field training day. And Nana was still in a daze, unable to get the events of the previous day out of her head when her friend Asami came running to her pale-faced. Asami was one of those who got on that. It doesn't mean like she arrived only on that day. Like maybe she was only for a one-day trip or something. Listen to me, Nana. Just now I saw something strange in the woods. There was a woman with long hair, blue dress, and when I looked, she disappeared. Nana was surprised or startled or something. And I told her everything I saw yesterday. And when Asami heard, she was so scared and started crying. And the last day of the school, the forest, if not the problem is Aokigahara, and so she came there to see a cave or something. Because of the experience, Nana and Asami were reluctant because of what they experienced. Yes, to go to the cave, probably. Or maybe their school trip was going to the cave. As soon as Nana entered the wind hole, yeah, it's not a cave, it's a wind hole, but what is a wind hole exactly? She felt as if someone was watching her, and she began trembling uncontrollably. And it's just, yeah, she couldn't stop shaking, and she pretended it's just her imagination. She was walking away, and there's a cold hand grabbed her leg or her ankles, and she was caught. So Nana was, without thinking, She, I guess, let out a scream, but Nana wasn't the only one screaming, I think. Yeah, screamed involuntarily. And yeah, somebody else screamed too. Amazingly, also, Asami and Nana had the same experience. So, both of them. Did they hold hands? They did something with that. Yeah, they held hands and walked the rest of the day, rest of the way side by side. Maybe look strange to others, but I guess the way they're moving or something. But that was the only solution for them, I guess, to do it like that. Only technique. So yeah, it was the fear that made them do so. And so the two of them didn't want to go deeper into the wind hole cave, whatever. And that rainy day, so they were playing the Kokkuri-sama in the classroom. So it was I guess they did some mistake that day when they were playing Kokkuri-sama. And on the way back home, she already regretted it. Two of them were looking out the rainy window and simply concentrated on helping Risako find Nirvana and set off on a long journey to hope to find their spirit or something. Okay. Since then, every time it rained, Nana was filled with fear. Together with the voice of Risako. Okay, the Punisher is melting. Risako is lonely. Bleh. Right. Chapter 11. Can I guess I should try if I can take the candles in random order. This spirit. I think I've had these before. So this is like the psychic phenomenon map. Yeah, I had one of these before already. So I get to sort of choose different creepy locations to look at. So this was Magic Omnia. This was some philosophy part. Yeah, like some Philosophy Park. What's this? Devil's Railroad Crossing. I guess it doesn't really matter. Let's just. Oh yeah, the philosophy stuff sounds cool. Philosophy Park. So report. So it's Toyo University. The founder of Toyo University, philosopher Enryo Inoue. I opened a dojo for spiritual training. So this is the like philosophy park was opened for spiritual training. There are truly mysterious buildings here, including the yokai gate, like yokai is like monster or something, or yeah, something like that, spirit creature. So yeah, there's the yokai gate, the Dokuran demon cave. Dokur, I think that means like skull. So yeah, something skull, I think. Demon cave. And while touring the gardens named Chikuoka and Yuibutsu and Yuishintei. Chikuoka. It's like Chiku, it means. Can I show with mouse? I can't really show with mouse. Okay, but anyways, Chiku is like time and space. And the Yaibutsu. I don't know what that means though, like the kanji. I don't know, but I guess the names are supposed to mean something significant. So it is a system that makes you think about philosophy or philosophically. And there's a plum tree in the park called Ghost Plum. So the plum tree is famous for being able to capture ghosts in his photographs, as the name suggests. Yeah. Kashiwara-kun, who lives nearby, was curious and decided to take a photo of the plum tree. When the photograph was developed, countless shadows resembling human faces were visible all around the plum tree. And one night, he developed a high fever of unknown cause and was bedridden. I guess it's the Enryo guy, like the founder of the park. The high fever lasted for several days and showed no signs of subsiding. And the worried friend gave an advice, offered water and salt to the photo. And his fever seems to have subsided after that. So I guess it's sort of exorcism with the salt and stuff. I later heard rumors among the people who took the ghost photos that some people even lost their lives. I guess meaning that some of the people who took the ghost photos, some of them died. Even now, when I think about what would have happened to Kashiwara if he had continued on like that. It makes me feel a chill down my spine. It seems like best to stop taking ghost photos out of curiosity or for fun. Okay, so let's see point. Okay, so this is the points. So the scariness is 2, or horror, and the atmosphere is 4, sightings 2, cursed degree 1, and total 2. I don't know, I sort of like this. And this is, long before YouTube or anything like that. Of course, TV existed when this game was played. So the philosophy park. Uh, so it's a great place just to stroll around. Guess that's all then. Access. Okay. I still have to check this. So this is the access. So I wonder if these are like real places. So with car is Yamatedori, Naka Ochiai, Nichome, Nerima, the direction of Nerima, Nishi Ochiai, Ichi, and the sixth left turn signal. Okay, whatever. If you walk, take JR, Japan Railways. Oh, no, it says bus actually. Okay, take a bus from the Ikebukuro JR station and Philosophy Hall stop. Get off there, okay? Alright. It certainly makes it look like, that place at least once existed. It's been 30 years. And yeah, this game was made in 1995. I thought it's 91 because at the beginning, when you start the turbo graphics or the emulator, it shows 1991, but I guess it's the turbo graphics when that was made. But the game was a few years later. But yeah, apparently I can just, you know, read them in any order. But I don't really see any point making some fun pattern or something. Let's just go here. Is it like dull? Something about walking dolls. Yeah, doll walks at night. Ehime Prefecture and Megumi is all the name we are given. Megumi-san. So I'm 17-year-old, or I guess like I was 17-year-old or when this happened, or presumably. And at night, was a strange phenomenon occurred while I was sleeping at night. Um, After getting into the futon, suddenly I heard a sutra being chanted. So a Buddhist sutra. Uh, I could hear it in my ears too, or the base of my ears. At first I thought it was my imagination. I thought there was since there's no Buddhist altar in my house, and there is no chanting of sutras. I thought it was weird, and like gradually the sound of the sutra became even quieter. The relief was fleeting, and then I heard a bell ring. Oh, what's going on? Somebody's beating us up. At that moment, I was in a state of sleep paralysis. So many sleep paralysis stories. I desperately tried to wake my brother up by shouting, but no, but I couldn't make a sound. She's Chan. Yeah, sounds like a name. Even if I tried to move my body, I just got cold sweat all over. I couldn't move. Uh, so the brother, my younger brother, is sleeping soundly next to her. It's Shin-chan. I think that's the name. Yeah, Shin-chan, wake up. I shouted in my head, but the more I shouted, the more scared I became. Uh, so I'm myself scared. Brought this fear on myself. Maybe there was, or maybe I brought the fear upon myself, I guess. And my brother, like, slept comfortably with a sleeping face, and when she saw the brother sleeping calm face, she calmed down a bit too. And if I can calm down, sleep paralysis doesn't seem so scary after all. Yeah, I think that's true. Like, I experienced sleep paralysis like a long time ago, but a few times. Have to analyze it rationally. I surveyed the room carefully, and then I noticed eerie footsteps echoing throughout the room, seeming coming from nowhere. Didn't seem to be human footsteps. Once again, I challenged myself to move my body. By that time, the whole process had become a little. The process like was getting weaker, and tried to turn my head to the side. So I guess it means like the paralysis was getting a bit weaker, I presume. I could move a little bit. So there's pure white feet there. Oh, feet pics. I immediately realized it wasn't human. Uh, those feet are bare. It looks like it's made of cloth. Ah, yeah, it's the doll. I forgot this was the doll story. I looked up, and there, just as I would imagine, stood a doll wearing a hat. Was from my grandma last year. This was my doll that I received as a birthday present. It's always on my bookshelf. A small desk on a small bookshelf in the corner of the room. Ugh, that's ugly and creepy. And it's saying something that I once again can't hear. So the doll's mouth, which should never open, started moving and speaking. So then the doll was smiling and staring right at me. And the eyes were angry. And the meaning of I didn't really understand what they meant, but I honestly shook my head. And then the dolls nodded slightly, disappeared behind the door. I thought I was dreaming by assuming I was. I tried to ease my fear by, I guess, as I pretend like told myself that I'd been just dreaming to try to lessen the fear. I guess rationalize it. If you don't do that, if I didn't do that, I couldn't sleep. So yeah. And then in morning, the next morning, I checked the bookshelf. But the doll wasn't clearly there. The doll was just as I expected, was nowhere to be found. So was it grandma who gave the doll? She was trying to curse her or something. I was so scared I couldn't tell anyone about it. And as a result, I began to wonder if that doll would appear again. Until the doll is found, I spent days unable to sleep. Alright. Afterwards, more than 7 days. So, the grandma died like 7 days late. Uh, Okay, so and the doll was there, I think. Yeah, or the doll was found at the dead grandma's place 7 days later, but I'm not sure if the grandma was dead previously or she just died or something. According to grandpa's story, um, grandma appeared in his dream, I guess. Go to Megumi's place. It came to tell. I guess the grandma came to the grandfather in a dream to go to that either she has to go to Megumi's place or that he should go. Okay. The next day, the grandpa looked and there was a doll there. Surprised, he let Megumi know. So I've heard the story and go to grandma's house to change the food and water. Don't quite understand what this means. Like, what change what? Like that. Change the grandpa's food and water with something, poisonous, so he dies too. But John, please, I'm sorry. Alright, grandma, I'm sorry. Okay. Maybe I'll do one more story tonight. One more Friday horror story. Wait, did I save? I did. I think I saved. So yeah, resume. Was that's I think the name disappeared. Frozen moment. Tokyo. Mr. AY. So Agent Double Hertz. Do you think the stories are good or creepy or what? Um, the school I attended, it was a school with long history of Buddhist studies. And was told at school that, and I guess many ghost stories were told at school. So please listen to one of them, I guess. It was about 34 years ago. Mr. Fuji, who was in charge of physical education, that this happened to him, I guess. And that day, it was Professor Fuji's night shift. I just wonder, like, why does a teacher have to do night shift? Well, I guess it's Japan. That explains it. Asian work culture is insane. So the schools is because it's a Buddhist school. During the night shift, a mysterious event occurred. I often hear stories that this happens. Because of this, like anybody who is on night shift is sure to be teased. Ayakas. Yeah, I guess the people on night. I guess they tease them with these ghost stories. I guess it means if you're on night shift. Mr. Fuji Sensei is no exception. The teacher is good at such. He prides himself of being good at such scary stories. I guess that he doesn't get scared, and he seemed to laugh off the other teachers who were teasing him. And that night, so Fuji Sensei said that after 7 p.m. and took a nap, and around 11:30 he was out on patrol, I guess. The school was completely silent, and had to look like around place one by one, I guess, like different rooms and stuff. So wait, do the teachers really have to act like guards? Like, don't they have guards if they need them at the school? And what's this? Come on, tell me the kanji. So, Mr. Fuji, holding a flashlight in his hand, walked down the pitch black corridor. Haga Hagashi? What is Haga Hagashi? Is that some word? Ridiculous. I know it's Baka Bakashi. I don't know. Yeah, I'm clearly getting tired. So it's ridiculous. The trying to distract yourself from fear by making fun of Izumo in the. What is Izumo? Okay, making fun of ghost stories told during the day. Okay, so that's ridiculous. And he found himself standing in front of the auditorium where he had just arrived. And Fuji sensei, he opened the auditorium door and made sure no one was there. And during the day, yeah, the talk during the day was just teasing. He was muttering to himself, I guess trying to convince himself that there isn't anything truly creepy here. Kura klaxon. Okay, it's the horn sound. A horn blared from the garage behind the auditorium. So is it some sort of prank? It's like so it's like 2 minutes past midnight, I think. Yeah, like 0:02. Fuji Sensei was couldn't hide his agitation because there's a car in the garage. Because it was there. Besides, there shouldn't be any other people in the school except the teachers. And Mr. Fuji thought it was someone's prank. He hurried to the garage. He went to the garage, looked inside. So there was a like among the brand new cars, there was one old one. I think even there was one old car among the brand new ones. And there's no sign of anyone, and the car was unlocked. It seems it was still on. Next day, Professor Fuji told the story to his colleague, Professor Mita. Then the answer he got was surprising. It's because Professor Fuji bought the car that's used. It was used, but as good as new. I guess that's what it means. It was a new model that year. So his car was a used car that was good as new. It was a model from that year. Okay. It was being sold at an incredible price. Mr. Mita said that the car had been in an accident and it was somehow possessed by a spirit. Of course, Professor Fuji, Mr. Fuji Sensei got angry and the matter ended there. However, the incident didn't end yet. The other teachers, one by one, the other teachers also heard the horn during the night shift, I guess, and it was always like 2 past midnight. The rumors gradually spread throughout the staff. After the first incident, Mr. Fuji was called to the vice principal and was forced to move his car away. The cursed car. Of course, it was only natural, but Still, Fuji couldn't accept it. And Fuji, to prove his innocence that night, was on extra duty. He accepted to go on like extra night shift duty, I guess. And that day, Professor Mita also accompanied him. But being on night duty is in name only. The teachers were in the front of the garage. They kept an eye on the car the whole time. And it was 1 past midnight. And then 1 minute 56 seconds, 57 seconds, 58 seconds, 59 seconds. Hey, this is like Christine, the with the connection. All right, now it seems to be back. Having connection problems or something. Yeah, I think it's working again. Okay, so yeah, so it was zero, like 2 past midnight again, and then the car. There was a white mist around the car. If you missed it, white mist around the car, and then the mist flew away into darkness. And inside the garage, Professor Fuji's car was the same as always, only after that, Mr. Fuji brought a new car, go to the vendor, and apparently told the whole story. When questioned, the contractor finally opened his mouth. The truth is, it's really hard to say, but the car was in an accident. Sorry. After, like, of course. As for the car's previous owner, a newlywed couple who have just started a family, man around 25 years old, and got into the new car. Apparently, he was driving down the road late at night. Too scary to stay online. Yeah, seems like it. On the windshield, hit his heart and also died instantly. At that time, the head of the deceased driver. Okay, so I guess it, landed on the horn and was pressing the horn down. And the sound was like a scream at the scene of the accident. It seemed to ring forever. And it was exactly 2 past midnight. Of course. Needless to say that Mr. Fuji soon gave up the car. And then now, 34 years later, that car, I'm sure it's been dismantled. But, however, a car that carried the regretful thoughts of its owner's final moments. When it was disposed of, what will become of that thought? Or I guess that more the feeling, the lingering emotion of the horrible death. Somewhere the tragic memory still lingering, is it screaming? And also, I feel bad just thinking about it. Strange, but that's what's written. All right, 14 stories. At this rate, it's gonna take, I guess, about a week to finish all of these. But yeah, gonna end the stream here. Maybe I should go buy a new internet cable. That's probably partially the reason for this power like internet outages. But it's like usually I don't have the problem, but I think maybe it's one reason because this game isn't like a real game. So my I guess my legs are more like bored and I'm moving them around and sometimes I end up kicking the cable or something. But if I, play more, a gamey game, then my legs don't feel so bored or something. Anyways, I'm Adventure Argonaut. Have a scary weekend and thanks for watching and all that. Bye bye.